There are many mysteries in the world. How the pyramids were built, was it magic? Were they aliens? And did the aliens actually exist? Well, today we must answer an even more mysterious question. What is art?
Art is kind of like a feeling, an expression.
To me, I think art is, that thing I could do to get my mind off the rest of the world and just go into, my own little peaceful place.
Art is the ability to express your mind and be able to draw it on paper. Being able to use your creative mind to express yourself.
Art is the way people express themselves, I guess.
A form of way of expressing himself, him or herself.
Oh, I think art is the ability to show your creative personality.
Art is anything you express.
I think it's a way of expressing yourself in like different ways. I don't know.
Art is a way to express creativity in a physical way, I'll say. Like a painting, writing by sound, and such in a way, or painting anything creative.
I think it's what keeps humanity sane, and it helps to encompass like the history in our humanity as a whole.
I feel art is a form of imitation of life. So any way you want to imitate life, whether that be in theatrics or dance or visual, but to me it's an imitation of life itself.
Art, like literature, and such. Words, that is art to me too.
How do you explain that?
I would say creativity.
Yeah.
And I don't know, a use of your own mind, and like how you visualize.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be like a brush and paper and anything. There's even art in like fashion and everything. So I don't know how you would explain it.
Something that you want to create and perform too. Definitely. It's a very good expression of feelings and thoughts and expression. Yes.
As a musician, playing music, it just takes my mind off all the stress. To me, art is, one of the most important things, especially when it comes to education. I love art. Couldn't imagine living without it.
Art, I would say it's a way of communicating.
Standards.
I would say, I don't know, it depends on the viewer's eye, like what they think art is, by whoever perceives it as being art or not.
I don't believe there really is a standard. It's just if someone can express themselves.
Definitely. Different types of music can be emotional, it can be...
It has to have an individual's essence into it. It's like, it can't just be like simple stick figure and like no soul to it. It has to mean something to that individual, or it has to capture something.
No, I think art it doesn't have any boundaries.
Yourself. It's like to each its own.
Decide.
There should be no rules for that.
Yeah.
Anybody who sees it as art, that rose can be considered art, even if you're looking at it and you're thinking about, whoever planted this rose and maintains it, it's art, the minerals and how much sun, anything can be considered art. Depends on what you do.
No limitations.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, there are no boundaries to it, there shouldn't be any rules. I think that's what makes it so, amazing. Because it's everyone, everyone has different thoughts.
A non-physical or maybe physical representation of how humans express themselves, be it sculptures, architecture, etc.
Everything that goes into it, the detailing, the color, the texture, the light, everything that goes into it, I guess, would count. It would matter.
Art could pretty be, what you think it is, whether it be some painting, graffiti, playing an instrument, drumming, just doing anything. Art is your own self-expression.
Emotional. I don't know what else to say.
The purpose is freedom, free yourself.
I think the purpose of it is to being able to express yourself in a way that's not common. and for others to be able to receive that and maybe change their minds about certain topics or certain political issues.
You know, the purpose of art, it makes you think with both sides of your brain. You know, I can say this as a musician, you know, send the emotion of a song through our instrument out to the audience, make them feel what we feel about this music.
It helps us, like what Leonard said, like express our feelings and reach out to others, send a message.
Some people don't think it's valuable because, well, in this like money-driven world, it's like what good is art, you know? Like what good will it really do to anyone? It's not going to make you big bucks, but it keeps humanity pretty sane. Otherwise, we'd live in a plain black and white world, right?
To show off their creativity to the world, and then people use that as
Inspiration.
Yeah.
It becomes inspiration to other people.
Because some people, they can use their portraits or their ways of.
It can change the way a person thinks.
Yeah, it has value to a community. It improves the community. It focuses on culture. You know, it could be, art could be, you know, about different cultures, you know. So it also teaches young people what to look for in art, or how to express their.
I can't really say what can't be considered art. Everything is art. A lot of things. Well, what's not art is rap music.
Right.
Yeah, you can cut that.
I guess like they have different perspective of how art is viewed. So then for them, like art can be like graffiti. That can be their type of art. Or when you portray how you see something else and visualize something else, it's a different perspective in a way. So it's like opinion-wise.
Well, I don't know, because if you kind of define art in your own words, then your definition of not art would just be anyone who disagrees with what your definition is, I guess.
I don't feel anything towards them. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion as to what art is, you know, or what they feel is, I guess, attractive or tasteful.
But it's interesting, in school, the kids are taught that art is something that's very tangible and fine, or learning how to play an instrument, or performing a dance, or writing poetry. So from a very young age, they're already kind of told what is classified as art.
There's always going to be people out there like that, just as long as I guess you're, like you, the person who created that art, is happy about what they did and they feel accomplished.
But in my opinion, some things that are, anything that's not creative in a way, out of your own, anything that's not creative, it's not art.
It could be. At
Like-
first, it's kind of like what? You know what I mean? But there are.
Because there
Again,
is
it comes from
some-
the person's perspective.
yeah.
There are people out there who would be like, oh my God, that's magnificent. You know.
All right, then, from the intel we've gathered, it seems to be sufficient enough to send to our superiors. Agent out.
What is this? I wasn't even in this. I didn't even get a line. Art? Art? I get this great cameo, you know. What happened? You don't even know me, but come on. That wasn't art. I just sat there. Could have used a line. Are you serious? This is all I get? You guys want me back, right? Come on, take me. I didn't get a single line in this thing. What are you doing? I didn't get a single line in this thing.